Hey guys, welcome back. This video that I'm going to do today is by special request from our good friend Eric K. And when I say special request, I don't know. Maybe he got down on his knees and begged or whined or cried or I can't remember how it actually went. Anyway, I'm messing with you, Eric. Everybody knows Eric's a great member of this community. Leaves some great comments, and he and I are interested in a lot of the same stuff, especially 70 stuff from DC and some short run titles. So I thought I'd show a couple of these today. The first was Rima, the Jungle Girl, and I always loved this book. This is my off the rack copy I got as a kid, and the only thing wrong with it, and I'm not sure what happened, but there's a little stain right there. I don't know if it's coffee or from one of my parents or what, because comic books were treated really roughly back in the 70s. So anyway, this is a great little series. The first thing that strikes you right off the bat is the great Joe Kubert cover. Joe did Tarzan and a lot of that kind of stuff, and he was Tor, and he had a real affinity for drawing jungle scenes and jungle characters. So it's a great story, great Nestor Redondo art in this, and probably one of the things I love about this most, at least the first few issues, had a backup called Space Voyagers, and the art was by Alex Nino, who's absolutely in my top 10 artists, and it's like a little space opera type thing, but it's pretty cool, and the art is great. But this is just a great little package all the way around in this series. Like I say, it's my off the rack copy. I kind of upgraded it later on, but great Joe Kubert covers and great interiors. Here's number 2. And I've got duplicates of all these. Imagine that, huh, Eric? Like people say it's a sickness, but one to read and one to collect. That's the way I look at it. Number 2. Here's number 3. And you just can't beat a 20-cent cover. Another number 3. All these are in pretty decent shape. Number 4. I just love these Kubert covers. Yeah, it's an upgrade, apparently, because I got it in Mylar, which I need to do with a lot of my stuff. It's number 4. Here's number 5. Jungle Vengeance. Number 6. And even though the price went up on these, I really just kind of love this, for some reason, this little price thing. The very best, 25 cents. Because that's around the time, I started collecting, and then, about the time that, DC went to 25 cents on their covers, their price, I was trying to collect everything I could by DC, no matter what it was. So, another copy. And then the price bullet kind of changed a little bit, which included the number in the circle. That's a great cover. Okay, in the last issue, like I say, this is number 7. Just a short run. And anybody that's interested in these, these can be had for on the cheap. I mean, even a high-grade copy of number 1 doesn't really run you all that much. And, these are the kind of things you probably find in dollar boxes at a convention or something. But, that's part of the attraction of some of these series. I mean, you can get a great comic, for not having to break the bank. Get some great art, great story, great covers. Got some great backups. So there's, nothing not to love on these. Okay, this second title was one Eric and I had talked about, and I think this is probably the only one that I originally bought off the rack, or I bought somewhere. I remember getting it somewhere. It might have been in a flea market or something. Uh, but Wanted, World's Most Dangerous Villains. This was a 9-issue series. And all these are reprints, or Silver and Golden Age reprints. What was funny to me, though, about this series, even though I loved it, was like some of the off-the-wall villains was in this. Now, in this first issue, I mean, most Batman fans have heard of Signal Man, and the Puppet Master, I'm not sure. It was like an early Hal Jordan story. And Clock King, one of Green Arrow's villains. I think all these are Nick Cardy covers, if I'm not mistaken. And get into number 2, more, I guess, well-known villains. You have Batman going against the Joker and the Penguin, and the Trickster against the Flash. And I love these. When DC first went to 20 cents, I love this bullet up top. And I think my good friend John, Dr. Von Chilla, he's a big fan of these books when DC first went to 20 cents. That's a really nice cover. Okay, and then you get into some villains that you're like, who? Here's number 3. This is a villain called the Dummy, who pulled a foul trick on Vigilante. And there's his sidekick Stuff. Who would name a kid Stuff? I don't know. Then you have the Human Fly Gang, who turned the heat on Hawkman and Hawkgirl. Had never heard of them. Haven't heard of them since. And here's, like I say, these are old reprints. So this is, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Nyarl, a man who sizzled Dr. Fate. Anybody got any more info on these guys, feel free, because I do not know. Here's one of my favorites of this run, number 4. Was always a big fan of Alan Scott Green Lantern, the Golden Age, and especially Solomon Grundy. Those of you who watched the Stargirl TV show have seen him pop up. But yeah, I was a big fan of the Golden Age, especially the JSA, and so that's a favorite story. And then we have Masterman, who raised the devil to destroy Kid Eternity. Now, I remember a Masterman, but I think he was like a villain for Marvel. He was like, the Nazi version of Superman, I guess. I don't know. But I'm sure this is a different one. Could be wrong. Could be the same one, just in an early version. But yeah, this is a favorite issue. And I really like this one, too, because I was always a big fan of the Freedom Fighters. And you actually have a story of Doll Man. Get this straightened up here again. The Iron Mask. Not really sure who he was. So if he's got an iron mask on and he's got a gun, why is he trying to hit him with the butt of it? I don't know. And here's a more well-known villain, Dr. Light, who shot down Green Lantern. Yeah, I love this series. I love this covers, the 20-cent logo. There's some more great JSA characters, Starman and the Wildcat going against the Mist, who is probably more well-known. And the Golden Wasp. I don't have a clue. I know I read all these probably 2 or 3 times, but I just, Golden Wasp just didn't stick in my head. Okay, number 7. Dr. Clever, who arranged a KO for Johnny Quick. And Dr. Glisten, who's fighting Our Man. I appreciate getting to see characters that I've never heard of before. But these guys, I don't even know why they would feature them. Maybe because Johnny Quick didn't really have any, big name villains. And I think if that's the best Our Man could do, I don't know. But great stories and great little reprints. There's number 8. First story, and I love these little figures on the sides and everything. A lot of people don't like the figures or the floating heads or the faces on the side, but I was always a big fan of it. It just kind of framed the stories or whatever. So this is number 8. Got the Flash going against Captain Cold. It's a Silver Age reprint. And Mr. Who. He caught Dr. Fate in his clutches. He looks like a middle-aged, overweight college professor. So, I don't know. All right, last issue. Number 9. And I'm sure Superman fans have heard of the Prankster. It's a Golden Age story, I'm pretty sure. And one of the Nightshade who turned his tendrils around the Sandman and Sandy. You know, most of the draw of this for me was like, getting to see some old Golden Age superheroes. And a lot of these villains, I'm like, I don't know if they ever showed up again. Like Mr. Who and Nightshade and whatever the villain was that was fighting Hawkman and Hawkgirl. It's got some great covers, it's just cool little reads. All right, guys, that's all I got for this one. I'm going to do another video sometime today and feature a couple, 3 more really short run series. And I will see you then. Onward and upward.